Hi YouTube, what's going on? This is your girl Yell Bass. It has been a hot minute. I've missed YouTube, not gonna lie, but just a quick update. Got married, got pregnant, and now I'm a stay-at-home mom. My baby's 1 year old, and lots of things have changed. I only have one client whom I teach Spanish to. But mostly I'm at home. I'm focusing on my ministry on TikTok. I've also been doing TPT. I have some digital products there that I worked on while I was pregnant and have made some money off of it. Not a lot, not like in the thousands or anything like that, but I've actually made money and I have not even touched it. You know, I just let the $10, $5, $6 accumulate. So it's been pretty cool. So I am gonna go back into it and I'm showing you the process and how much time it takes to create one digital product. And in fact, this is going to be a bundle. It's like a spelling activity. So let's go. All right, so our first digital product is going to be Actividad de Ortografía, B versus V. So this is a common mistake among heritage speakers, especially when it comes to their writing. So this might be helpful for somebody out there. And basically, one way for me to get organized here, keep me accountable, because sometimes it can be hard to do that as a stay-at-home mom. And today is not Monday. Today is Tuesday. I'm starting this at 5:55 a.m. and I know that this might take a little bit longer. So the first thing that I want to do is research the topic. Let's see. B versus B Spanish activity. Let's see what is out there. Okay, we see B versus D. There's not much there, but maybe I can put like spelling activity for Spanish. Let's see what pops up there. So there's alphabet, spelling activities, saludos y despedidas. Maybe I can do spelling activity for Spanish D versus and I only have one. This is crazy because among heritage speakers, it's a common mistake. So spelling activity Spanish for heritage speakers. Let's see what pops up for that. Oh, there we go. Okay. Los errores comunes, a spelling list for heritage speakers. That looks like an excellent resource. Common spelling mistakes list for native Spanish speakers. Oh, here we go. Teaching spelling BV to Spanish heritage speakers bundle. It's $3. Sometimes I get aggravated with the low price that they add. They should not make it like this. So there's nothing here. Literally, there's 5 ratings on this. So it looks like she has the activity, but there's also a quiz attached to it. So that gives me an idea that maybe I should create a quiz with this activity. Basically, I want to first, you need to find a commercial-free font. And from my understanding, Molish is a commercial-free font. So I'm going to use Molish for the purpose of this. Basically, the students are identifying the words that have a B as in boy, and then the words that have a V as in Victor. And that way they have an idea of how these words are spelled in literature. And this is I don't remember where I got it, and I hope I don't get in trouble for writing it. But essentially, they're going to make a list of those words that contain la B, B de burro, y también las palabras que contienen la B de Víctor o de vaca. And I'm asking them to create sentences with them with those words. And that way they have an idea of how to just get more exposure to words, because the best way to learn correct spelling is if you're doing it over and over again. Just practice makes perfect, and they'll get it. Okay, surely you have better ways of spelling out the instructions, but this is what I have so far. But regardless, most children understand instructions when they're given an example. So that's why I think that after you read the instructions, you do that, and then essentially you read the section together, and then identify the words that have a B as in boy. You put it in the list here, right? And then write the sentence. So I would do, to further give clarity to the activity, I would do another word. For example, zumbaban, zumbaban aviones del papel por el aire. Entonces, podríamos poner zumbaban aquí. And then I would write the sentence over here. Entonces, los aviones comerciales zumbaban en el cielo. Something like that. And that way they know, oh, okay, so green, it corresponds to green. It's just to offer clarity and to avoid so many questions from children, because a simple activity can be so complex to our high schoolers. So I think just doing that a couple times before you let them off, you let them go, that would be good. I would not recommend that this be an activity for subs unless you've already gone through the instructions yourself and have seen children do well on this activity. And for now, we got a digital copy, we got a paper copy, and then we got a teacher copy here. And we can eliminate this. And I want to create a quiz now. We have a calentamiento too, which is really good. We got two here. Let's put them together. Calentamientos are just do nows. That's just how I call them. So this bundle is going to be pretty good, I think. Let's see. I'm gonna just eliminate that. And I put a pear deck here, but I'm gonna eliminate that because I don't know if my pear deck works. So we're just gonna do that. Let me see what kind. So what I'm thinking is maybe using one word, kind of los calentamientos, like this. I think that would be good. And I would just do maybe like 5 words out of all of the words. But that's just me because I don't believe in like long tests. I just want like maybe even 10. We can do 10, perhaps. Maybe words that are very common, like estaban, right? I feel like that would be a good word to put on the list, on the quiz. on Thursday, 6 a.m. to 6:43 a.m. and baby's asleep too. I made the edits. Um, I have to finish the edits, so it's going to take me a long time here. All right, now to step 3, we have create preview images. So at this point, this is where I would screenshot the document. And so I would screenshot different parts of the document because when you're going to advertise this on TPT, it does ask for any like a preview image. So basically what I'm going to do is screenshot certain parts of the document, and then I put them into a PowerPoint like this. I just drag the screenshot over to the PowerPoint, and then I will put the words preview in gray. So you'll see that in a little bit. So I insert a text box and I type in the words preview, and I make it gray like this. And I basically just plaster it over each screenshot or each slide in this case. And that way people aren't just, screenshotting your preview images. But at the same time, you have, potential buyers that they can kind of see what they're going to buy, but obviously they can't see the whole thing. So this is what I like to do with every single slide. And what I also like to do is to download the whole slideshow as a PDF, and then I upload it to TPT. And that's basically my preview images. Now it's time to create the cover page. So this is what will be the first thing that people will see besides your title. And I used this website called Petzels, and I learned that you can only use pictures that are commercial free or images that you have rights to. I usually just go to commercial free images on Google, and this pops up Petzels. After downloading the picture, I drag the picture and on a Google slide, just so, and I start creating the cover image. I start off with the title of it. Perhaps my title is a little too long, but I think it's important to add heritage speakers on there since that's my focus audience or my focus. Most of my curriculum is for heritage speaker. The next thing I do is drag a screenshot of the actual document, and I'm screenshotting the paper copy of it. And as you can see, I added a border on the title. I think borders are something that are really easy to implement. And to create a border, you basically go to I think it was insert or format. You add a text box and then you can add the border. Because on Google Slides, it doesn't give you like insert border. I wish it did, but it's not like that. And you can adjust the thickness of the border on Google Slides, which is awesome. At this point, I just remembered that you have to customize the cover page to the correct dimensions. So I believe it was 10 by 10 for the dimensions of the cover page. And so I have my border, I have my title, which is at the top. I was reading about how titles, it's best to have it like not right in the middle, but either at the top or at the bottom for whatever reason. And I've seen people put like a screenshot of the actual digital copy on the cover page. So that's what I'm doing. And I like how it looks. Obviously, it could be better, but this is just, I'm starting off. It's not
I'm not a super experienced person here with TPT. So this is what we got, and I thickened it up. So it looks good to me, and I just go to File and download it. Step 5, upload documents. We're almost finished, friends. So it's important to add this terms of use for this product. I got this template from another YouTuber, and I just adjusted to my own with all my own information, but essentially I just download it as a PDF and I make sure that I add it along with any documents that I may have. I don't think I recorded this, but I did create a zip file for all the documents that I would add on the digital product. So that's what I did. And so I'm basically adding the terms of use on the zip file. The zip file, creating a zip file is quite easy. There are videos on this on YouTube, so you can look that up. Otherwise, you can just message me or comment below. But this is what the platform looks like when you're at the point of uploading the video of the products. So they're really easy. Something that I need to do is to organize my files a bit better because I spend a lot of time just looking for the documents. So maybe I can just create a file and then drag them on my desktop. Maybe like, the space on the right side, and maybe I could just drag it like that because I was spending a lot of time just looking for the files. But anyways, in terms of my description, I basically copy and paste what I have written in another document because I want to stick to the same structure and then I adjust it as I go. And yeah, that is pretty much it in terms of uploading the document. All right, the last step, publish the digital work. So first off, you want to so we uploaded the documents and now it's going to ask you the resource types. Very easy to do. I already put the subject area. I also already added the price tag for this. It's going to ask you the teaching duration. Just do an estimation. Answer key not included. And it's about 18 pages or so, including the slides. So at this point, I'm just doing a brief overview of each part. And whenever I'm ready, I just click submit. And ta-da! We just finished the Spanish spelling activity. So this is $10. I always have a hard time pricing my products. That is something that I'm learning how to do, but I try to make things consistent and clean looking and making sure that it is appealing. This is what the preview looks like when it's already uploaded. Remember, this is a PDF of the slides that I created on Google Slides. And I make sure that I put it in preview. You could still see the work, but you just can't see it. And then this is where I do my little tracking here. And as you can see in a few moments, you will see how long it takes for me to create this whole product. And my goal is to get to at least an hour, maximum an hour. This unfortunately took me more than less than 2 hours, but more than an hour and a half. So that is my goal.
Let me know in the comments below if you are planning on opening up your TPT store. I wish I would have done this as a teacher, that way it could be on top of my teacher salary. But I hope this inspires somebody to open up their TPT store, and I know it takes some time at first, and I'm not experienced. I am brand new, even though I opened my first TPT store like before I was pregnant, which was about a year and a half ago-ish. But I just hope that we can just do it together, and I think it's worth it. I really do think it's worth it, and I have not done any marketing whatsoever. So right now I'm just focusing on creating digital products, and then afterwards work on the marketing part. So that is it. Please go ahead and like, subscribe, and let me know if you watched the video all to the end. I know it's a long video, but I want to appreciate you. I want to shout you out, and I really hope. My goal is to monetize this channel soon. It's been a goal of mine for the longest time, but I am not consistent whatsoever. So I appreciate your support so much. Anyways, love you. Hasta luego. Bye.